Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Yeah. True man, I'm free. I wake up a new episode. I pop out clean as can be up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me. I get it though. Yeah. I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might slide through with that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper. 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 Hop on the jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me to play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake of the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like do it a top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper. 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 Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Can't ground me, I know this since when I had less. Look at how far we progress. Fluid, I don't see a threat.
Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another one. Yeah. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the haters, they don't like me. Because I deal with the real issues, I deal with the real topics. I break down the videos for what it is. This racist YouTuber is attacking the wife of Charlie Kirk, claiming that a young black man that was found hanging was her fault. Saying that it's retaliation for the death of Charlie Kirk. That's what he's saying. He literally took it to social media to tell the world that Charlie Kirk's wife, I guess, put out the hit to attack blacks. And we got to talk about it today. We got to talk about these issues because, you know, the haters, they cannot stand the fact that I stand on business. And this is why they normally show up to the show. You know, we have a hater that's in the live chat right now that just follows me around everywhere I go. Because I'm that guy. You know, just like Charlie was hated, I'm hated. When you're outspoken and you stand on the truth, the devil shows up in everyone. We're going to expose this racist YouTuber again. We're going to show you how he is promoting hate and violence and promoting fear. He wants blacks and whites to fight. This is what he wants. He wants blacks and whites to fight each other. And this is what racist blacks normally do. They use the deaths of black people to blame white people, and it has nothing to do with Charlie. So I'm going to show you the tapes. I'm going to show you what's going on. I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that this YouTuber is a liar, spreading disinformation. He claimed that a young black male pretty much had broken bones, broken legs, and that's a lie, because we got the report from the coroner's office that conclude that is not what happened. So the truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is this particular racist YouTuber is lying for clicks and views. And our job is to uncover these lies so that the American people can pretty much understand that it's these racist blacks that are responsible for spreading a lot of lies and propaganda. And it's these type of terroristic cells that are out here is the reason why Charlie Kirk was murdered. Because a lot of these guys got radicalized on social media by listening to guys like that above. You know, that guy up there. You know, he's a racist, and he's a part of a hate group called the Black Hebrew Israelites. Let's go to the tapes. Let's look at what's going on. We got a lot of information to share with you. It's just unfortunate that a woman is still grieving the loss of her husband, and she's being attacked on social media by black churches, black pastors, black influencers. They're all attacking Erica Kirk. All of them are attacking Charlie Kirk. They're celebrating his death. It is really, really disgusting at this point, guys. So let's get the tape ready. Let's do what we got to do. To all the haters that cannot stand me, make sure you double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. I want everybody to have fun. I appreciate everybody showing up, everybody that choose Ringo TV Reaction for your source of commentary and criticism and good news reporting. Appreciate everybody having, a good day. Make sure you drive safe if you're on the road. Do not be distracted by the live stream. Be sure you keep your eyes on the road, guys. So let's get into this thing. Let me get the volume set up on the video. And we're going to break down what's going on here, guys, because a student pretty much took his life. He took his own life. And now they're saying that he was lynched. They're saying that Charlie Kirk's wife put out the hit. They're saying that white people are racist. And it's disgusting. It's like anytime somebody black dies, they blame it on white people. They always say it's a sundown town. Some racist person put them up on the tree. And it's just disgusting. So let's look at this video. Let's hear what this demon had to say. And we're going to have some fun with this, right? So let me set this video up. Okay, it looks like we good. Okay, let's play the video, guys. Let's go. Hold on. Wait a minute. Volume is not set. Hold on, guys. Wrong one. Okay. Where is that link? Okay, here we go. My bad. Let's go.
We are just hours into the investigation of this disturbing discovery on the Cleveland campus. Now, here is what we know right now. According to the Delta State Police Chief, they got a call around 7 o'clock Monday morning. First officers on the scene found the body of 21-year-old Trey Reed. He was hanging from a tree near the pickleball court that's in the central part of the campus. Reed is a Delta State student from Grenada. Now, there is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play.
Although he was found with broken legs, although HBCUs happen to be targeted and shut down after the death of Charlie Kirk.
Let's shut down his lies right away, guys. He just said that Trey was found with broken legs. Let's get the facts, guys, because look, ladies and gentlemen, look, I understand that a lot of you may not like me because maybe you just don't like my commentary. I don't know what it is, but I focus primarily on facts. That's all I deal with. I don't deal with none of the nonsense, none of the lies. I don't do no clickbaiting. I go to the source to find the information. Now, this particular content creator said that Trey had broken legs. That's what he said, right? Well, let's go get the details. Let's get the facts. Let's bring it up all on the screen, guys. Let's get it all out there. Let's get out the facts, right? Now, it says coroner addresses discussion of broken bones in hanging of black man at Delta State in MS. Now, the YouTuber stated that the student had broken legs, broken bones, all of these different things. Right now, it goes on and it says the Bolivar County Coroner's Office released a statement late on Monday, September 15th, in response to the death of Trey Reed, who officials said committed the S word, can't say that word on YouTube, they're very finicky about that word, on the Cleveland campus of Delta State University earlier that day. DSU President Dan Ennis said that despite the details of a hanging of a 21-year-old black man in the Mississippi Delta, there's no evidence of foul play involved, right? So now, it goes on and it says, the Bolivar County Coroner's Office. Now, if there's anyone we should be listening to, it's the Coroner's Office, because we got to go by the facts, guys. We got to go by the facts. The Coroner's Office had no return calls to the Clarion Ledger earlier Monday, but released a statement after internet social media, now watch this, internet social media accounts arose surrounding the facts of the case. Many social media posts circulated that Reed had 2 broken legs and other injuries that would have prevented him from hanging himself. At 7:32 a.m., the Bolivar County Coroner's Office was notified by the Cleveland Police Department regarding the unresponsive individual on the campus of Delta State University. At 8:08 a.m., representatives from the coroner's office arrived on scene and observed an unresponsive subject hanging from a tree. The statement reads, "At this current time, we are conducting a thorough death investigation. Based on the preliminary examination, we can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault." Do you see that? Which mean the YouTuber in question lied to the public, which mean he has no credibility to speak. See, guys, when you come to social media, you want to view platforms that actually speak the truth. Here at Ringo TV Reactions, we do the research before we go live because we don't want to look like idiots when we're on camera. The coroner's office did a preliminary investigation based on the scene, and they have concluded no broken bones, no fractures, no contusions, no lacerations, nothing, no injuries, nothing. But the YouTuber said he had broken legs. Whose report will you believe? Whose report will you believe? I do the research, ladies and gentlemen, because I understand. Look, guys, before we get back into this, let me make sure this is clear. Make sure you guys can see me on camera. I understand, guys, that without you good people viewing my platform, I don't have a platform. So at the end of the day, I am very thankful. I am humble. And one thing I'm not going to do is lie to the people. This particular YouTuber up here lied to you. He said that the young man had broken bones. Let's get back to the tape. Check it out.
There is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play.
Although he was found with broken legs. Although HBCU.
He just said that he had broken legs. That's a lie. Credibility done. After that, unsubscribe. It don't make no sense. Why would anybody be following a YouTuber that just lied publicly? And he blamed white people. This particular YouTuber blamed the white race for the death of Trey Reed. That's what he did, guys. And he claimed that Erica Kurt put out the hit as retaliation for the death of Charlie Kirk. He is literally live claiming that Erica Kurt put out the hit on all black people at campuses for the death of Charlie Kirk, for retaliation. This is what he's doing. And he's doing this on a social media platform, causing public outrage, rage baiting, you name it. Let's get back to that report, guys. Let me get back to the information so that we're all on the same page, right? So now, check this out, guys. Check this out. So it goes on and it says that, they did a preliminary examination, and we can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his death. This is the coroner's office doing this, guys. The coroner's office is putting this out. And you got these YouTubers talking about, oh, he had broken bones. How you know that? You weren't there. You want me to tell you where he got this lie from? You want me to tell you where he got this lie from? Let's put out the lie. This is the lie that the YouTuber got, guys. This is where they get it from. Number one, he got it from World Star, because World Star have somebody up there posing as some sort of cousin, right? And that is where the YouTuber got the lie from. But check this out. Check out this lie here.
Just got the news that Trey Reed, 21-year-old from Mississippi, just literally found dead in a park.
Look at how that dude that's talking has a big smile on his face while he's making this report.
By his campus. They said it was no foul play. They said he was hung, 2 arms broke, legs broke, beaten, bruised on his arms and legs, beaten on his face and everything, but there was no foul play.
The coroner's office didn't say that. That's a lie. Everything this man's saying is a lie. Everything.
He's in the town, sundown towns.
Notice he said a sundown town. They always love to say this. Anytime you see blacks on social media always talking about sundown towns, they're always lying to get clicks and views, to get a social media check by causing public outrage in blacks that are weak-minded and don't do their own personal research.
I hope y'all know what that is, but basically, make a long story short, misunderstanding got to be explained.
Notice this. A comment by Damas says, why are you saying this? Where are the reports stating he had broken bones and bruises? That's a good question, because there is no reports of that. The coroner's office pretty much was on the scene, and they have determined there was no foul play at all. But you will only get these kind of lies from black racist influencers who want to cause confusion on social media. This is where that YouTuber got the information from. This guy right here, and also on World Star, guys. That's where the lie came from. Do you understand? So now that we're debunking all of these lies, let's get back to the content. So now it goes on and it says there's no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his death. According to the coroners, Reed's body will be transported to the Mississippi State Crime Lab for an autopsy. What did the Delta State Police say about hanging? Delta State University Police Chief Michael L. Pillar said during a press conference that Reed committed the S word, guys, and there was no evidence of foul play involved. The death happened during the university's schedule, which we call celebration, forcing the events to be canceled. Now think about this. We have a student who unalived himself right before there's supposed to be a ceremony on campus. Why? I don't know. But he unalived himself, and this YouTuber is blaming white people for his death. He literally got on camera and said that Erica Kurt pretty much put out the hit. Let's continue listening, guys, and we're going to break this stuff all down. Now, understand, guys, this is a reaction channel. My job is to react to the content, to break the content down so you are educated and your mind is stimulated and your thoughts are able to comprehend what's going on. So let's get into the content again. We're going to roll it back to the top and break it all down for you. Let's go.
We are just hours into the investigation of this disturbing discovery on the Cleveland campus. Now, here is what we know right now.
Make sure you all double tap the screen, guys, to give it a like. All of you folks, if you stand with Charlie Kirk, if you are pro Charlie Kirk, double tap the screen to give it a like, and be sure to subscribe for the best content on YouTube, guys. Let's go.
According to the Delta State Police Chief, they got a call around 7 o'clock Monday morning. First officers on the scene found the body of 21-year-old DeMartravion Trey Reed. He was hanging from a tree near the pickleball court that's in the central part of the campus. Reed is a Delta State student from Grenada. Now, there is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play.
Although he was found with broken legs.
We found and debunked everything he had to say. Everything this YouTuber had to say is a lie. The young man was not found with broken legs. We got the data, we got the receipts from the coroner's office. This YouTuber lied, spread disinformation to cause public outrage amongst blacks and whites. Let's go.
Although HBCUs happen to be targeted and shut down after the death of Charlie Kirk.
No, that is a lie. He's lying about everything, guys, to put black people in fear. This guy's YouTube platform only focus on fear-mongering, causing blacks to hate whites. That is what he's doing. And he's also a part of a racist hate group called the Black Hebrew Israelites and the FBA movement, which basically hates anybody that don't support their movement. Let's go.
Although we know FSU is not DSU is not a HBCU, but guess what? He was a black student, and he seemed to have been the target of a lynching.
No, that black student took his own life because he was going through some sort of mental crisis and took his own life. Those are the facts. You lied to the American people to create a race war environment to cause tension amongst people.
I'm gonna tell you about these people, man. Let me explain this to you.
Listen,
these people believe in mob justice. They got so much misappropriated health. They can't deal with
misappropriate health. I think you meant to say hate. But you didn't graduate high school, so you wouldn't know. Let's go.
The wickedness in their own community.
He's talking about white people now. Now he's being racist. Let's go.
They can't deal with the disparagement and hate in their own community. So what do? They misappropriate it.
He's targeting white people at this point, guys. I told you this black YouTuber is a racist. He hates white people, and he uses any story to shame the white community. And now, because Charlie Kirk died, he's looking at the death of Trey Reed, and he's blaming Erica Kirk by saying she put out the hit to have this student lynched. That's a lie.
And the history of lynching goes way back. It goes way back, ladies and gentlemen. Acts 5:30 comes to mind. Acts 5:30 tells us that the God of our fathers watch
how he twists the Bible.
Jesus, whom ye slew and hung on a tree.
Who ye slew and hung from a tree. Who's the ye? Who's the ye slew? Watch what he say. He gonna blame it on white people. Watch this.
Let me repeat that. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. That's Acts 5:30. The Messiah was hung on a tree. The Roman Empire been hanging us on trees for public display.
That's a lie. Let's bring out the scriptures and expose this demon for who he really is. Let's bring out the scriptures. Let's go to the Bible, guys. He just took the book of Acts out of context, butchered the scriptures, blamed white people, and didn't give you no context. Let's give you the context. For those of you that are Christians, Bible believers, those that believe in Jesus Christ, let's break it down. According to the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 20 to 33, it says, "Go stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life." And when they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught. But the high priest came, and they that were with him, and called the council together, and all the senate of the children of Israel, and sent to the prison to have them brought. But when the officers came and found them not in the prison, they returned and told, saying, the prisoner truly found we shut with all safety, and the keepers standing without before the doors. But when we had opened, we found no man within. Now when the high priest and the captain of the temple and the chief priests heard these things, they doubted of them whereunto this would grow. Then came one and told them, saying, behold, the men whom ye put in prison are standing in the temple and teaching the people. Then went the captain with the officers and brought them without violence, for they feared the people, lest they should be been stoned. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council. And the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straitly command you that ye should not teach in this name, regarding about Jesus? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrines, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. Verse 30. And now notice, this is verse 30, the scripture that he took out of context. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom ye slew and hang on a tree. Now, who did the hanging on the tree? The very same people of Israel. The very same Israelites are the people who condemn Jesus Christ. Do you understand? So, he butchered the scriptures, blamed it on the Romans, not realizing that it was the people, his own people. Even Jesus Christ mentioned that a prophet will always be condemned in his own hometown. So it goes on and it says, him who God exalted with his right hand to be the prince and a savior, to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And we are his witnesses of these things. And so is also the Holy Ghost, whom God hath given to them that obey him. When they heard that, they were cut to the heart and took counsel to slay them. It was, listen, the people of Israel, the people from Jesus' own hometown, brought him up to be hanged on a tree. Do you understand, ladies and gentlemen? So we just debunked him. He lied. Come on now. But he told you it's the white man. He said the Romans did it. No. Remember the scene in the Bible where it was either you release Barabbas or you release Jesus Christ? Who did the people choose to release? Barabbas, not Jesus Christ. Not Jesus Christ. Now, let's get back to the content. Let's get back to the content, guys, to expose more of these lies.
It is a message. It is a message. And in 2025, a college student was just hung from a tree after HBCUs was threatened after the death of Charlie Kirk.
Do you see how he's tying the death of Trey Reed as some sort of retaliatory type death, like they put out a hit to kill black people? Why would they want to do that for? Don't they got the murderer in custody? Don't they got Charlie Shooter in custody? Why would they be targeting black people now? Look at what he's doing. Listen.
And the news media is not pushing this at all. And this is not the only lynching that took place in Mississippi.
The news media is not covering this at all. Why aren't you covering all the black on black crimes that's happening in the black community? How come? How come you're not covering that? How come? How come you're not covering all the black women that are dying at the hands of black men? How come you're not covering all the children that are being molested by black men? How come? How come you're not talking about all the drug-infested black communities full of crime and violence? How come you're not talking about all of that, sir? How come? Because you're race baiting people into getting angry with white people by using Charlie's death, by weaponizing the death of Trey and connect it to Charlie's death as if though white people are now hunting down black people to lynch them on trees. That's what he's doing. Let's see what we got here. Shout out to Anything Is Possible for the $19 support. I appreciate you sponsoring the show, keeping the lights on. Shout out to you. Says thank you for always bringing facts, Ringo. Appreciate that. Let's see what we got. Shout out to Jeff Strong for the support, the $9.99. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Jeff Strong for the support. Appreciate you. Guys, if you can be so kind, I understand that you guys have a busy day, you have busy lives, and I am humbled that you would even choose to watch my platform. With all the millions of platforms on social media, I am humble. Please be so kind to double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. And also, consider subscribing to the platform, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to the content, shall we? Let's go.
And these racist cops claiming there's no foul play.
Now he's calling the cops racist out of nowhere because the cops don't want to be like him. He's calling the cops racist, law enforcement. He's an angry guy.
I'm telling y'all right now.
Shout out to Caramel Kimmy Kim in the building. What's going on? How you doing? Let's get back to it. Watch how he tie in Erica Kirk. Watch this, guys.
This is a historical pattern with these individuals.
These individuals meaning white people. He don't like white people.
Y'all got to understand what they're trying to instill in the people right now. Terror and control is what they're trying to instill in our people right now.
What? Terror and control?
Lynching came from Charles Lynch back in Virginia when they had lynching laws.
People take their own life every day by hanging themselves. You got people in prison who hang themselves. You got people who throw themselves off bridges and buildings and hang themselves every single day. This young man, Trey Reed, hanged himself because he gave up on life. And you're here blaming Charlie Kirk's wife? How sick could you be?
See, lynching back then meant mob justice outside the law, punishment by group, not by court. And that's what they did. Mob justice.
Mob justice for what? What did Trey Reed do for mob justice when he had nothing to do with the death of Charlie Kirk? What are you talking about? He's trying to make blacks angry, guys.
Although we had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk.
Wow. You see that? You see what he's doing?
Charlie Kirk's wife said her tears would be battle cries.
You see that?
Her tears are a battle cry. That's war terminology.
Do you see what he just did, ladies and gentlemen? He's basically saying that Charlie Kirk's wife tears and her commentary on the last video she made was for war. It was a battle cry so people could go out there and unalive blacks. That's what he just said, guys. Listen to what he just said here. This is sick.
Cry. That's war terminology. Charlie Kirk. And see, Charlie Kirk's wife said her tears would be battle cries. Her tears are a battle cry. That's war terminology.
He's blaming the wife.
Charlie Kirk's wife said that the people they who killed him, who we don't know who they are, but whoever they are who killed Charlie Kirk, have unleashed something that we don't know on this earth.
Do you see how he's blaming Charlie Kirk's wife, guys? He's saying that Charlie Kirk's wife put out the hit, put out something that was unleashed in the earth, and he's basically tying that into the lynching or the hanging of Trey Reed. The coroner investigated, law enforcement investigated, and they have concluded no foul play, which means this young man took his own life. And he did it in the central area of the campus because he wanted everybody to see. Took his own life. And the black community is basically saying, oh, white people did it, blaming white people automatically. They always do this. But if a white guy hang himself to take his life, who did it? The white man? No, they never say that. They just say he took his life. But if a black man is hanging anywhere, had to be a white person. Had to be.
And now black college students are getting lynched.
What do you mean black college students are getting lynched? Look how he's saying that, lynched. What do you mean lynched? Trey Reed was found hung from a tree, and you're going around now inciting violence and chaos by saying black students put in fear in students that they're next to be hung on a tree.
And Turning Point USA just got 13,000 more chapter requests.
Now he's attacking Turning Point now. What does this have to do with Trey Reed?
They already got 9,000 college chapters. They already got 1,100 high school chapters.
This man is so hateful. And for those that don't know, that might be watching the live right now, this YouTuber is a racist black who, once Charlie died, he started making videos laughing, mocking, and celebrating the death of Charlie. He said he watched his video 50 times when he got shot. He watched the video 50 times, basically enjoying how Charlie was publicly murdered, assassinated. He took pleasure in it. And he made multiple videos attacking his wife. He called Charlie Kirk's widow wife, watch this, guys, quote, a witch, a Jezebel, and a Klans member. That's what he did, guys, not me. That guy. A woman mourning the loss of her husband. All Charlie did is wanted to speak on various issues publicly on college campuses. He died doing what he loved. He was a family man, a father, a husband, a Christian, a believer in Jesus Christ. And he was assassinated, publicly executed for having the balls to face people and have open conversations. And this guy celebrated his death. I made 2 live streams showing you guys black Christian churches, pastors are now celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. This kind of hate cannot be going on in America, where churches are now hating. Churches, a place where you're supposed to go to find salvation, repent, get a message from God. You can't even go to the black church now because they're spreading hate. You have Pastor Howard Wesley. Shame on you. You are celebrating and mocking the death of Charlie. Pastor Jamal Bryant went on to celebrate and mock and laugh at the death of Charlie, called him a white supremacist in the pulpit. Disgusting. And now you got these black influencers that are full of hate against Charlie, and he didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. People just got thin skin and they did not want to hear the truth. Just today, you had a viewer of mine that watched my platform. I'm reading her comment. She was like, I don't like him. He was a bad man. So I come in there and I'm like, okay, let me challenge the woman and see exactly what she got to say. I said, so what did he do? What did Charlie do that was so bad that you call him a bad guy? She ain't respond. She basically ignored the question. I said, what did he do to you personally? What did he say? Well, you know, I got my opinions. And then I said, what did he say? She never answered the question till now. I don't know what it is with people of color, but it's like you guys, after the death of Charlie, have really exposed deep hate that you have for white people. And you be the same folks that claim you follow in Jesus Christ. Charlie Kirk never expressed hate towards black people. Never. Charlie have never been racist towards black people. Never. I looked at his videos. He was never racist towards blacks. The problem with black folk is they didn't like the truth. Charlie challenged you. He held people accountable. And you didn't like the fact that a white man did it. You didn't like him because he did what black men wouldn't do, and that's hold their own community accountable. She couldn't respond, guys. She couldn't respond to what was done. You know? And I may do a damn video about her comments because I don't like the fact that somebody calling this man all these negative names. And when I asked them, well, okay, what did Charlie do? Let's have the discussion. What did Charlie do that makes him a racist, a white supremacist? Since that's your belief system, since that's your position, let's have the conversation. What did he do? They never could answer. They never could answer. Like, they never could point out, what did he do? What did he do? What did Charlie say that makes him a racist? What did he say? They won't answer the question. Why? Because it's not Charlie that was hateful. It's the people that didn't like him. They hated him because he spoke the truth. You guys, listen. That's sick, man. What did he say? What did he do? Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Ba-ba-da-ba. Let me go get this comment. Let me go get this comment, guys, so we could talk about this. Give me a minute. Because, guys, when I tell you, man, I stand for the truth and only the truth. And I don't like when people don't have conversations about what's the issue. You know what I'm saying? If something's bothering you, you have to be able to point out what's going on. Right? So now let me do this because we're going to have the conversation live. We're going to have this conversation live on camera. We're going to have all of this out in the public. We're not going to play these little games. We're going to have this out in the public because you're not going to be out here trying to shame Charlie in death and accuse him of all of these negative things and, you know, do whatever you got to do. Now, watch this, guys, because it looked like the very same person responded. Now, I'm going to show you how people switch up on you. Watch this, guys. Watch this. And this goes to all you YouTubers out there. A lot of times your viewers will only be supportive of you as long as you never challenge them. Charlie challenged people. That's why people hated him. And I'm going to prove all of that right now. We're going to put all of this right on the forefront so you can get the truth, right? Let's do this. I'm glad I brought this up. We're going to do this live, guys. Be sure to double tap the screen, guys, if you're now joining the show. We're talking about a racist YouTuber who basically is blaming Erica Kurt for the death of Trey Reed, a young black man, I believe he's 21 or 22 years of age, was found hung on a tree on a college campus, and he apparently took his own life. But what the YouTuber is doing is saying that he was murdered because of retaliation due to the death of Charlie Kirk. And the YouTuber above right here, he claimed that Erica Kirk put out something in the earth, in the universe, put out the hit that is now causing white people to go in and unalive blacks. So now, one thing I could say about Charlie is he was braver than a lot of social media influencers. Basically, Charlie was a content creator. It's just that his content was done live in front of people, straight. It's all right. For example, I'm in the comfort of my home. I'm in my studio. I'm able to do content. Not that I'm afraid of people. That's not what the point is, because I have a studio. Charlie did his content right in front of people, which means he stood face to face with people. People that didn't like him, he would challenge them and have open discussions, knowing that people would curse him out, say hateful things. I've seen debates where people was laughing at his teeth. They were saying, you need to get your teeth fixed, blah, 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 just insulting him. And he would always come back with a nice rebuttal. That's one thing about Charlie. He would come back with a nice rebuttal to shut people down, and they didn't like it. So now let's get into this thing, guys. Let me show you what I had to deal with earlier today, because I see that the person responded to me. So now we're going to put it in the public, because, you know, it don't make no sense we play these little games. It don't make no sense. Let's put this out there. Let's get this on the screen, guys. Now watch this. We're going to do all of this live. I'm not here to play. We're here to do this content. We're going to do the content, and we're going to make sense of all of this, right? So let me put all of this on the screen, because I want the world to know. This is the type of stuff that Charlie did, guys. Open discussion, open debate, you know? Now watch this, guys. On my last video with Charlie, on my last video about Charlie, I made a very good video. This particular woman, I never disrespected this woman. Never disrespected this woman. But for some reason, she got a problem with me now. Look at her question. Her comment. She said, he was a very bad man. Referring to Charlie Kirk. He was a very bad man. I don't hate anyone. I did not dig this man at all. So now, me being the type of guy that I am, I'm going to challenge what she had to say. Charlie's not here to defend himself. So I challenged what she said, and I said, what did Charlie do to you? Because you calling him a bad man. What did Charlie do to you? She responds at Ringo TV Reactions. Not a thing, personally. No, I just don't agree with some of the things this man said. Not someone I would go and see speak. Just my opinion. So watch me again, guys. I say again, what did he say that you don't agree with? Answer the question. What did he say or do? You see the questioning, guys? I go on. Now, guys, listen, watch this, guys. Look, at Isabel Mendia, listen. I'm looking at your comment, right? And I had a conversation earlier today with my wife, and I kind of touched on a little bit of what you said. So your comment rings a bell, because I was having a conversation with my wife regarding these comments that you see on the screen. I was having a conversation with my wife, and I was like, why does she feel this way about Charlie? Why she feel this way? So at Isabel, your comment may be right on point. I don't know for certain, but you may be 100% on the money. Let's get back to this because there's something that was said in her comments that really, really made me think that what she had a problem with in regards to Charlie may have something to do with things he had to say about the LGBTQ community. But let's get into this thing because maybe it's not that. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. At the same time, it could be that is what offended her because she never answered the question, right? So now, let's go back to the content. I said, what did he say that you don't agree with? Answer the question. What did he say or do? She comes back. I just don't agree with the way he talked about people. No one asks to be in this world. That is what got my attention, guys. Listen to me. I am a man of discernment. I have the Holy Spirit in me, and he gives me spiritual discernment. That comment made me question why she's upset with Charlie. When she said, no one asked to be in this world, and everyone was made by the Most High Creator. When she said that, it was a red flag that went off. It was a red flag that immediately went off. And I was like, why would she say that? Why would she say that? There's a reason why she said that. Let's read it again. I just don't agree with the way he talked about people. No one asked to be in this world, and everyone was made by the Most High Creator. But everybody has an opinion, and it's okay to agree to disagree. The work I do, I see a lot of evil on all sides. She come back and she says, I respect the daylights out of you. Now, notice what she says about me. She says at Ringo TV Reactions, I respect the daylights out of you. I've heard that statement, guys, from many people, and they turn against me. I've heard people tell me many times that they respect me, they love me. That's why when people say those things, they don't mean nothing. I don't take those things to heart no more, because I know a lot of people are going to change. A lot of you had people who said they love you. Put a 1 in the chat if you're viewing this live and you had people tell you that they love you, they respect you, and then they turned on you. Put a 1 in the chat if you experienced this, where people said, I love you, I appreciate you, I mean, you're just so wonderful, and then they stabbed you in the back. You see the ones? That represents people that was stabbed in the back by people who didn't like them. Now, keep in mind, guys, keep in mind what's going on here. Let's get back to the content, and we're going to break this thing down. Let me go back to this point here. Right? Now, watch this. She says, I respect the daylights out of you. Been Team Ringo for more than 5 years. Right? More than 5 years. Let me check my receipts to make sure of that, because she said she'd been Team Ringo for 5 years. Based on this, you've been a member for 2 years and 10 months, not 5 years. So that's incorrect. What you should have said is, I've been following your platform for 5 years. You've been a channel member for 2 years and 10 months. So let's round that off to 3 years, right? So let's get that receipt off the screen. Let's continue on. I respect the daylights out of you. Been Team Ringo for more than 5 years. By no means do I want to come across as disrespectful at all. Very nice conversation, though. Very respectful. Thank you. Now, why is she saying these things? Why is she saying I don't want to come across as disrespectful at all? This is not about being disrespectful at all. I'm asking a simple question. What did Charlie do? What did Charlie say? What did Charlie do to this woman that was so horrible that she called him a bad guy? Let's see. I responded back to her. Now watch this, guys. If this woman been Team Ringo with Ringo TV for 5 years, she would know I don't sugarcoat. I don't play any games, and I call everybody to the carpet. I write back and I tell her, Waco, do you have reading and comprehension problems? Now, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being straight. Because when someone asks you a question, answer the question. What did Charlie do that you believe he's a bad guy and he said some things? What did he say? I want to know so we can review what he said. That's what I want to do. So I'm asking her a very legitimate question. Do you have reading and comprehension problems? I asked you a simple question on what did he say or do that you disagree with that made you see him as a bad man. And you keep dancing around the question. Then you said, quote, I respect the daylights out of you, been Team Ringo for more than 5 years. By no means do I want to come across as disrespectful at all, end quote. What does being disrespectful towards me has to do with my question for you? Answer the question. You're on my channel saying Charlie was a bad man. And I'm asking you to answer a simple question. What makes him a bad man? What did he say or do that you disagree with? You know? That's all I want to know. And it don't make any sense whatsoever. You know? No sense whatsoever. So now I'm going on, let me see where we at. You're on my channel saying Charlie was a bad man, and I'm asking you to answer a simple question. What makes him a bad man? What did he say or do that you disagree with? If you can't answer these simple questions, then you're full of hate and a part of the problem. If you really was Team Ringo, you would know I don't sugarcoat and I call everyone out. Either you're a black racist of who hate Charlie because he spoke the truth about something you're doing that you don't want to change, or you misunderstood his message because you were, I guess I was supposed to say poisoned. You know what I mean? That's what I meant to say, poisoned by other YouTubers, right? So now, I never read these parts, this particular section, because she came back and responded. So this is brand new. She comes back and she says, I think he's a racist that picks on college kids, that has no experience and any pushes and wait. She thinks he's a racist because he picks on college kids that has no experience and he pushes, I guess he pushes his Christian values on people that aren't necessarily Christian. Now, what that tells me is that she's not a believer in Jesus Christ. What that tells me right there, she's not a believer in Jesus Christ. Because a believer in Jesus Christ would not say that someone is pushing their Christian values on people. Right? So now, she said on people that are necessarily Christians, that's not for him to do. I do comprehend very well. I just think everyone has an opinion. I'm very intelligent, have a very good job that use my intelligence. And if that's the way you feel, because I have another opinion, I'll stay off your platform. Do you see how she got in her feelings, guys? At Waco, you could leave. Let me talk to you straight so you can see me. If you're in your feelings the way you are and displayed yourself, you can go. I never did anything to you. You're hurt. Charlie said something that was very truthful, and it hurt you deeply. That's not my problem. The way you responded there shows me that you are, in fact, a racist. And you hated Charlie because Charlie spoke on something that you're doing that you refuse to change. I've asked you to answer my question. You never answered the question. You still didn't really answer the question because you're basically saying that you think Charlie was a racist because he picked on kids, college kids. That doesn't make someone a racist. That doesn't make someone a racist. Picked on kids. Charlie never picked on kids. Kids are not in college. You understand? Young adults are in college. Kids are being taken care of by their parents at home. I think you need to educate yourself on what a kid is, right? Kids are not in college. You have young adults that are in college. And this is something that you must understand. He never picked on anyone. He had open discussions, open communication with college students that are supposed to be smart. You claim he's a racist for that. It doesn't make you a racist for that. Then you said he pushed his Christian values on people that aren't necessarily Christian. That's not for him to do. So what that tells me right there, Waco, is that this goes deeper, which means if he pushed his Christian values, he was basically speaking on sins. So what that tells me is that you were offended by Charlie Kirk because he was speaking on sins that you partake in. That's right. And you got offended. Either you are participating in sins that Charlie Kirk spoke against, or you got children that are involved in that very same type of lifestyle. That's right. That's right. And you got offended. You got offended. That's the truth. Just come out and tell the world what you were offended by. Don't dance around this because you're talking to a man of the Most High, and I can discern the spirit behind you. You were offended in Charlie Kirk because he spoke against something that either you are doing or your children are doing, and you got offended. That's what happened. You could tell me all day long that you are Team Ringo. You were never Team Ringo, and the devil came out of you now. Talking about, oh, I'm not gonna stay on your channel no more. Look at how fast you switched up. I never said nothing to this woman, bruh. I said nothing to this woman that's offended. That's offensive. This woman is offended in Charlie Kirk, and she's taking her anger out on me, y'all. She's offended at Charlie Kirk, and she got so mad, she says, well, have a very good job. She says she has a very good job and uses her intelligence, and if you feel that way, right, because I have an opinion, I'll stay off your platform. Woman, you could stay off the platform because I never did anything to you. You got salty over something that Charlie said and you mad at me. That don't make no sense. You take that up with God, and I can guarantee you listen, guys, with 100% accuracy, 100% accuracy, what she's offended with have something to do with something Charlie said against the LGBTQ community. 100%. I am reading your mail, Waco. 100%. I know it is. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is telling me. He's speaking to my heart. You are offended. Charlie spoke the truth. Just because Charlie was assassinated does not mean his message end. Oh no, because others will have that same fire to speak the truth. Shout out to Queen. She says, which mean you have a problem with the Almighty. I think you're referring to her, because if she have a problem with the messages from Charlie Kirk, and if I didn't read somebody's super chat, my apologies. Y'all know I'm doing a live stream. I'm caught up in what I'm doing. I don't really see the other super chats. I would definitely read your super chats to acknowledge them. So if you did give a super chat, I'm very thankful and grateful. I would have loved to read your comment, but I'm trying to do this show, guys. It is very clear to me that she was offended by Charlie Kirk's messages in regards to the LGBTQ community, how he was very outspoken. I am 100% with certainty and accuracy that is the case. Because like I said, guys, when I read her original comment, something stood out to me. The comment that is at the middle, where she says, I don't agree with the way he talked about people. No one asked to be in this world, and everyone was made by the Most High Creator. That right there blew off a red flag with me right away, because that is the type of response that somebody give when someone speaks against their sexuality and they say, well, no one asked to be born in this world. You get it? In other words, no one asked to be born. They were born that way. So clearly, that is what she's offended with. But she didn't say it. She never said it. Listen, guys, that is what it is. I know that's what it is. Because the LGBTQ community was highly offended with Charlie because of his positions and stance. Very offended. Right? So now, let's go back to the comment, guys, because there's more. Let me see. Anastasia says, I hope I pronounced the name right. Anastasia, I believe that's how you pronounce the name. If I didn't, my apologies. Says, at Waco, why are you mad at Ringo? I like the beginning of that. That sounds great. Why are you mad at Ringo? That's a good comment. Why are you mad at Ringo? Let me see. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, I got that comment. Shout out to Ezandra for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Ezandra, appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says, I don't personally know Charlie Kirk, good or bad. The Most High has the final say. And I appreciate your comment, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be judged by the Most High. All of us. You know, I think I'm a pretty decent, good person. But at the end of the day, the Most High is going to judge me. The Most High is going to judge Ezandra. The Most High going to judge you viewers. He's going to judge all of us. My thing with Waco is that she's been following the platform for 5 years and basically severed ties with Ringo TV Reactions because of an offense that she had with Charlie Kirk. That's crazy, right? Similar to, have you ever had a situation, guys, where you were friends with someone, right? But they had a beef with somebody else. And then that friend comes tell you, well, if you're going to still be friends with them, you can't be friends with me. You ever had that done to you? Put a 1 in the chat if you had that done to you. Where someone literally decided, if you're going to be friends with them, you can't be friends with me. That's crazy. I'm going to continue to be their friend. I don't care if you beefing with them. I'm going to continue to be someone's friend, even if you beefing with them, because your issue with them got nothing to do with me. I don't got no problem with them. You do. But don't try to make me turn against my friend because you beefing with them. That's basically what just happened to me. She has an issue with Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk spoke out against different issues regarding the LGBTQ community. And this is why I don't even have those topics. I don't even make topics about the LGBTQ community. You know why? Because the Bible already spoke on it. And I'm not gonna speak on a topic and just have people mad and arguing and going crazy. I don't even waste my time with that. The Bible already judged those situations. You want to go live your way, do what you got to do. You go do what you want to do. I don't care. Charlie, on the other hand, felt he wanted to speak out of against those issues. She's upset about that. And she's basically exposing herself. I didn't do that. She did that. She exposed what she was angry with Charlie about. I didn't do it. I'm discerning the spirits, and I'm able to read between the lines. Now watch this comment here. Why are you mad at Ringo? He just asked you a question. Charlie was not picking on kids. Over 18 adults, old enough to go fight in wars. Charlie was just a few years older than them. They chose to walk up to the mic to have a debate with Charlie. I took debate class in high school. Debating is not a real argument. Debate is not a real argument, and not based on feelings. Oversensitive people should not try to debate. They end up having tantrums, and that's exactly what she have, guys. A tantrum. Right? Listen, Charlie Kirk's talent was debating and having open conversations. The man was brilliant with speaking in live open discussions. He was able to give you a rebuttal instantly. His mind, his brain was working so at high efficiency. He was able to get a response quickly, whereas most of you might have trouble or difficulty. And that's not saying that something's wrong with you by any means. I'm not saying that you're dumb, not intelligent, not educated. It's just not your field of expertise. Charlie was able to have an open discussion, open debate, bring up facts, bring up sources, bring up history, bring up different things in order to have conversations, to share his ideals with other people that share their ideas. And it was able to cause solutions. Some people walked away from the debates where they agreed with Charlie after he gave his rebuttal. He made them think. He challenged them. And some people was like, you know what? You win, Charlie. Thanks for the debate. Thanks for the understanding. And they walked away and they agreed with him after that, you know? But to have anger towards a man because he shared truth with you, that don't make no sense. So that lady that pretty much said she's done watching my platform, hey, it is what it is. You could be done and do all of that, but it is what it is. Let me see. Hold on a second, guys. Something just happened. Is the stream up, guys? Put a 1 in the chat if you're still there. Put a 1 in the chat if you're still there, guys. I need to make sure my screen just shut off. Okay, it came back on. Okay, it just came back on. I don't know what the hell just happened, but a member of the platform of 3 years has severed ties with Ringo TV Reactions because of an offense that she got from Charlie Kirk. Good luck to you, Waco. Hope you have a blessed life. Whatever your issue is, I hope that you are able to settle those issues between you and God, because that has nothing to do with me, right? It doesn't make no sense. Let me see. Okay. Queen says, hold on. Shout out to Queen for the $5 support. Queen says, Queen Nisi said, my brother Charlie boldly acknowledged publicly he believed in the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ. Can they do so? What do you mean? Can they do so? I already know Charlie was a believer in Jesus Christ, but you said, can they do so? Who's they? Can they do so? You got to clarify. What do you mean? I am fully aware that Charlie is a believer, was a believer in Jesus Christ. He professed that many times. He talks about the Most High. He talks about God all the time. He's always telling everybody about Jesus Christ. He's always telling everybody about marriage, settling down, relationships, repentance, forgiveness, prayer. I know all of these things, but what I'm trying to get understanding and clarification on is the part of, can they do so? Who are you referring to, they? Because anybody can repent if they choose. Anybody can repent if they choose. We live in a world where people don't want to hear the truth. And we've seen what the black church has done to Charlie Kirk. They basically said that Charlie Kirk is in hell. YouTubers are saying that Charlie Kirk is in hell right now because they didn't like him. They called him a white supremacist. So basically what the black church is saying is that the black church is saying that Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist and a racist, which mean in their minds, racists or white supremacists cannot be saved by Jesus Christ. That's what the black church is saying, not me. Okay, Queen Niecy said, can those who call him a racist, can those who call him, what? Can those who call him a racist? What exactly are you saying? Look, ladies and gentlemen, when you're using a comment section, right? Make sense so that when I'm reading, we can understand what you're talking about. Queen's original comment, my brother, Charlie boldly acknowledged publicly he believed in the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ. Can they do so? I'm going back to her other comment. Can those who call him a racist? Please make sense of this. Are you saying can racists be saved, or can the people who call him a racist believe? You got to make sense when you're posting these comments, guys. It really stops up the show because I got to explain these things. There's a lot of text that you can use to post a comment. We got to have clarification, guys. Very important. I'm going to move on with the show because I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying. Right? Seriously. You said, I think she is saying, can they say the same thing in their beliefs? Let me move on because I don't know what y'all saying. Nobody's making any sense. Let me get back to the content. Y'all got to really get your act together. Seriously, guys. I'm trying to be respectful, trying to give y'all the floor. Y'all got to make sense. Like, seriously, right? So let me get back to the video with the YouTuber so that we can get back into the content. So it is what it is. Let's just get back to the content.
Charlie Kirk's wife said that the people they who killed him, who we don't know who the they are, but whoever they are who killed Charlie Kirk, have unleashed something that we don't know on this earth.
This YouTuber is alleging that Charlie Kirk's wife put a hit out on black Americans at colleges to have them lynched on trees. Yet, the killer of Charlie Kirk was arrested. I believe the other day they said that he was in court or something along those lines. So I'm trying to figure out, why is he pushing fear on black people, especially college students, that they're next to be hanged on a tree? Why is he doing that?
And now black college students are getting lynched. And Turning Point USA just got 13,000 more chapter requests. They already got 9,000 college chapters. They already got 1,100 high school chapters.
Let me stop for a minute. At Ginger, right? Look, appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you joining the show right now. On social media, all right, let me put it like this. If you are in college, right? And the professor is having a lecture or whatever the case is, something like that. And you walk in an hour and 18 minutes into the lecture. The lecture is going to probably be about 4 hours, right? You walk in at the hour and 18 mark. That means you missed an hour and 18 minutes of the lecture, right? So now, all of these answers was already given. Now, I appreciate you stopping by. No shade, no attacks. I just want to explain these things. Your comment goes as follows. So I came in because I'm trying to learn more on the Trey Reed situation. I don't believe it was S-word, but I do believe the government is trying to turn us on each other. No. Trey Reed unalived himself. I already provided the facts from the coroner. We provided facts from the law enforcement. There's a lot of misinformation being shared on social media to cause public outrage. That's why you're in search of answers. There are many videos going around of people misleading people. For example, this video right here.
Just got the news that Trey Reed, 21-year-old from Mississippi, just literally found dead in a park.
Notice how he's laughing, got a smirk on his face. This guy is doing this for content to get the clicks.
Campus. They said it was no foul play. They said he was hung, 2 arms broke, legs broke, beaten, bruised on his arms and legs, beaten on his face and everything, but there was no foul play. He's in the town, sundown towns. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but
he was not at no sundown town. That's a lie. All of these things are lies and propaganda that black racist influencers put out on social media. At Ginger, I don't know if you know this about social media, but on social media, a lot of content creators are fake and they will do anything for a click and a view. Here at Ringo TV Reactions, we specialize in reporting the news with facts only. Facts. We don't put out clickbait. We don't distort information. We provide nothing but real information for you, the viewer, to be edified. This image that I have on the screen with this video with this guy is propaganda, lies, hearsay, gossip, bochinche, as most Panamanians would pretty much say. And it's designed to cause public outrage by letting you believe that the young man was lynched, beaten, broken legs, broken arms, bruises, and cause anger. None of that is the truth, because we already provided the receipts from law enforcement as well as the coroner's office, and they have concluded there was no signs of foul play, no broken bones, no lacerations, nothing. The young man unalived himself. So this is not about the government is trying to turn us on each other. Black people been turned on each other since slavery. You understand? This has nothing to do with the government. The government didn't just say, okay, let's go get Trey Reed, hang him on a tree so that we can cause these people to go at each other. No, that's not the case. Influencers on social media are doing this by causing people to become angry so that we could blame white people so that there could be a race war. That is what they're doing. That is what they're doing. Right? Let me continue. Again, the video that's on the screen is a lie from an influencer.
basically, make a long story short, what's understanding gotta be explained. But why he gotta get hung and gotta get beaten like this, and for nobody trying to fight justice for Trey? What we gonna do, what we gotta do as black people in our black communities to figure out what the fuck is going on over there at that college, Delta State. All right, y'all, so just got the news that Trey Reed.
So let me take that off. So hopefully that helped you out. Hopefully that gave you some information to know. That particular Instagram page is all clickbait. Look, guys, anytime you hear influencers on social media talking about sundown towns, right? Sundown towns, it's all lies. It is a trend on social media that make black people view the content. In other words, watch this. Let me give you a little reenactment. Now, watch when I do this, guys. There are going to be people that's going to come on this live while I'm doing this reenactment. They're going to think I'm serious. Watch this. Yo, you wouldn't believe this, guys. This is crazy. A black trucker out in Mississippi, he just got unalive in a sundown town, y'all. My goodness, guys, we got to spread this word. If you're now joining in the stream, breaking news, a young trucker, a black African-American man, was just unalived in Mississippi. They found him hanged on a tree, guys. We got to do something out of it, guys. Please, we got to get this word out. A black trucker, African-American, young trucker, just got his CDL on the truck, doing his thing. He parked in a sundown town to go get gas. He went to a local diner to get something to eat. They beat him. They savagely beat him. They hung him on a tree, guys. Please, please, if anybody, listen, please, we got to get this out there. This is just crazy, man. You guys got to be, you got to be careful with these sundown towns. They don't like us. They really don't. Some racist people killed this young African-American, just got his CDL, fam, and they unalived them. This is sick, man. Absolutely sick. Why they killed them for, man? This is sick. This is sick, bro. Do you see how I did all of that? Do you see how I did all of that, guys? Do you see how I just did all of that acting? Do you see how I just did all of that? This is what social media influencers do to get you to view, to get you to believe, and it's all a lie. Okay, how many of you that just tuned into this live stream thought I was serious? Put a 1 in the chat if you came in here and you thought I was serious. Put a 1 if you came in and you thought I was serious, you thought it was real, you thought it was true, and you believed it for a minute. Put a 1. Do you see the ones, ladies and gentlemen? That is why you got to be careful on social media. You understand? You got to be careful on social media, because what a lot of influencers like to do is they love to talk about sundown towns and how blacks are being hanged and killed in sundown towns. It's a trend on social media to get you to view. Only black people view that kind of content. You know what I mean? None of them ever been to a sundown town, but they'll tell you about a sundown town. It's all a lie. So that being said, at Ginger, I hope you got a good answer. The young man unalived himself. I know you may want to believe he didn't do that, but to be honest with you, a lot of people unalived themselves. A lot. Asians, blacks, whites, they all unalived themselves. I remember working for an agency when I lived in New York, and I was on the job, and an Asian woman jumped from, man, I think it was a 32-story building. She jumped, I think it was a 24-story. She jumped from the roof, and I'm literally looking up, watching her come down, watching the body come down. The sound of that body when it hit the community center was so loud. Her body was destroyed. People unalive themselves all the time. They throw themselves off bridges, throw themselves in front of trains. If you live in New York, you know about this. People unalive themselves all the time in prisons. They hang themselves. People will go to a park and hang themselves. You have kids that get bullied in school. They hang themselves. Look it up. Google it. Google children who was bullied in school and hanged themselves on a tree. Heck, even Judas hanged himself on a tree. Judas, in the scriptures, hanged himself on a tree. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on a second, guys. I know I have it around here somewhere. Check this out. Matthew chapter 27, verse 5. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself. That's talking about Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 apostles that betrayed Jesus Christ, hung himself on a tree. Because he knew he turned against the Messiah. He felt bad and he went and hung himself. People do this all the time, guys. So Trey Reed unalived himself. But what black commentators will do on social media is they will make you believe that a white man did it. And what this influencer is doing is he's trying to put the blame on Charlie Kirk's wife by saying she put the hit out there for blacks to get unalive. Watch what he says, guys. Check it out.
And Turning Point USA just got 13,000 more chapter requests. They already got 9,000 college chapters. They already got 1,100 high school chapters. What do you think these people are gearing up for? What do you think these people are gearing up for?
In case you guys are now joining in, that YouTuber above is a racist, right? I know this is the YouTube Shorts algorithm, So when I'm playing this tape, don't think that he's talking like it's his show. This is my show. We're reviewing his video.
Today is a very newsworthy day. Oh, we're going to be going in. We're going to be going in. Let's go.
Officers on the scene found the body of 21-year-old DeMartravion Trey Reed. He was hanging from a tree near the pickleball court that's in the central part of the campus.
The central part of the campus for all to see.
Reed is a Delta State student from Grenada. Now, there is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed.
Again, social media speculation, which is this.
Just got the news that Trey Reed, 21-year-old from Mississippi, just literally found dead in a park by his campus. They said it was no foul play. They said he was hung, 2 arms broke, legs broke, beaten, bruised on his arms and legs, beaten on his face and everything, but there was no foul play.
He's lying. You could see that guy have a smile on his face. He's not serious. He's joking. He don't care about the story. That's the lies that is being spread on social media. And this YouTuber is spreading the same lies because he said that the young man had broken legs, broken arms, and all this other junk. And it's all a lie, ladies and gentlemen. 100% lies.
At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play.
No evidence.
But we, of course, again, we're our partners. We've investigated every avenue. And again, we continue to investigate.
How the hell is there no evidence of foul play? The man was lynched. And y'all wonder who these so-called white Judeo-fundamental Christians really are. We seen them marching as white nationalists.
Do you see how he have a hatred towards white people? Shout out to EFF for the support. I'm not even going to read your comment because I'm not involved in none of that nonsense. So if you want to go expose whoever you want to go expose, you can go do all of that other stuff. But you're not going to put no battery in my back to go expose this group and that group. I'm not with all of that type of stuff. I understand the system. And Jesus Christ made it very clear. He said, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. I'm smart. That's right. Appreciate the support, though. But I don't get into all of that other mumbo jumbo. I'm sticking to the topic. So if you have any questions or comments regarding this topic, stay on topic. Let's get to the content.
Ladies and gentlemen, post-Civil War, the lynching, they were done by the hands of white.
He had no broken bones, guys. He had no broken bones. This is all a lie. All a lie. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get this straight. Somebody had a question. Where'd that question go? This chat is moving too quick. Where'd that question go? Okay. CCM says, what? Really? He had broken bones and bruises? No, that's a lie. That's the propaganda that's being spread. Let's get the receipts on the screen, guys. Look, from the coroner addressed discussion of broken bones and hanging of black man at Delta State. Now, you see that? On the screen, I have the receipts, guys. 100% receipts, right? So now, let me do this. Let me take a bit of information off the screen so I can show you this. Where are we at? Okay, now, the coroner, I'm reading right in the middle section of the message here. The Bolivar County Coroner's Office had to return calls to the Clarin Ledger earlier Monday, but released a statement after internet social media accounts arose surrounding the facts of the case. Many social media posts circulated that Reed had 2 broken legs and other injuries that would have prevented him from hanging himself. Now, guys, pay attention because these are the facts. Now, we're going to speed up a little bit. And it says at 8:08 a.m., representatives from the coroner's office arrived on scene and observed an unresponsive subject hanging from a tree. The statement reads, at this current time, we are conducting a thorough death investigation based on the preliminary examination, we can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. Right there are the facts. Do you understand? So any reports you're hearing from any social media platform alleging that Trey Reed was hanging from a tree with broken legs, broken arms, beat up, broken face, that is a damn lie. Do you understand? All lies. And you could go to sleep because that's typically what the enemy want you to do. Go to sleep. Because what you really want to hear, now let me tell you why that person want to go to sleep. What they really want to hear is that Trey had broken bones. That Trey was beat up by a white man and hanging on a tree. But because the truth is out, now they want to go to sleep. I'm telling you, bro, when you speak the truth, man, people just like to go to sleep.
Supremacist groups. All right. First, it was just vigilante justice outside of court during the slave era.
What does the slave era have to do with Trey Reed's death? He killed himself. End the story. Move on to the next subject.
After the Civil War, which is still during the slave era, but during that reconstruction after the Civil War, after that transformation, these lynchings were carried out by white supremacist groups.
Do you see white supremacist groups? This YouTuber is alleging that Charlie Kirk's wife orchestrated a hit on black college students to lynch all of them. That's what he's doing because he believed that Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist. The guy is truly sick. Shout out to Forever Studios. Again, shout out to all the mods. Forever Studios in the building. Exandra, Caramel, Kimmy, Ken. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hey, guys, look. If you enjoy the content, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up, guys. It is really appreciated. Guys, look, if you folks don't show up to the platform, I don't got anybody here. So I am grateful, guys. Very, very grateful that you guys choose Ringo TV Reactions. Without you, I don't even have a platform. So I'm grateful. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Right? Because, you know, a lot of these so-called influencers on social media, they think it's all about them. They think they the big shots, the big stars, not realizing that you are the people that make the platform what it is. So I'm grateful. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, guys. Let's get back into the content. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Let's go.
Including the Ku Klux Klan turned lynching into a tool of racial terror. Man had 2 broken legs.
Notice he just said the man had 2 broken legs. That's a lie. That's a lie. Come on now. That's a lie, guys. He just said that Trey Reed had 2 broken legs. That's a lie, bro. That means his credibility is not good. He lied.
2 broken legs.
He lied.
And you got this guy right here claiming that there was no foul play.
There was no foul play. What do you want? There to be foul play? See, this racist YouTuber hates white people so bad, even though the facts from the coroner's office came out. They're going to have an autopsy. It been concluded, no foul play. No broken bones, no broken legs, no lacerations, no contusions, nothing. You have the officer clearly giving a public statement. It's not enough. He still wanted to be blamed on white people. Shout out to Tammy for the $10 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show, keeping the lights on. Appreciate you. Let's get back to the content, guys.
Man.
The university has contacted the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, the Cleveland Police Department, and the Bolivar County Sheriff's Office to assist them in the investigation. Today was supposed to be a happy day on the Delta State campus, celebrating its 100th anniversary. And
now think about it, guys. 100th anniversary, and this young man, Trey Reed, decided to go unalive himself. And he did this thing at this particular time when everybody's talking about Charlie Kirk and all this other stuff. That was an act of protest, if you ask me. And there have been many people that have unalived themselves publicly as a show of protest. Trust me.
Instead, they are mourning the loss of their student. Classes were canceled Monday, and it's unclear if they will resume on Tuesday.
Instead, they blood sacrifice someone.
Blood sacrifice? He just said that somebody blood sacrificed this young man with no facts. Ladies and gentlemen, everything we talk about on social media have to be backed by facts. This racist YouTuber have no facts. He just said they blood sacrificed him. Who? Who did it? He don't got no clue who did it, because nobody did it. The young man unalive himself, pretty much as a show of protest.
On that day, publicly crucified him on that day.
Crucified him. Wow. He said that the young man was crucified. In other words, he's comparing this young man to Jesus Christ. Saying that they crucified him, guys. That's sick.
See, lynching enforced Jim Crow laws, keeping black communities in constant fear.
That's what you're doing, hypocrite. You're the one trying to keep the black community in constant fear, because that's how you earn a YouTube check, by always fear-mongering, keeping the people in bondage. You're promoting fear. If it's not you, it's these other hypocrite content creators that are always talking about sundown towns and how truckers are getting unalive. It's you devils that are keeping the black community in fear. The white community is not even thinking about you like that. The white community is not even thinking about you. You're thinking about them all day, worrying about what they're doing, but you ain't even solving the damn crime in your own community. What about all the black on black crime? What about Tyrone killing Marquise? What about Marquise getting gunned down by a ninja in the black community? Talk about that. What about the grandmother that got gunned down the other day by a stray bullet? What about the young baby that got unalived by a stray bullet in the black community? What about that? Nobody want to talk about that. Why the black community is full of drugs? Why? Why the gangs are killing one another in the black community? Why nobody in the black community is standing up to solve those problems? Why is it that the black community is waiting for a white man to come into the black community to solve their own problems? You got to be a man in your own community, stand up, stand on business, and get these damn gangs out of the town. But no, you don't want to do that. You want to complain all day. Got all these black men wanting to live off the black woman. The black woman is tired of your ass, always coming up in her house, eating her house out of house and home, eating her so-called children's cereal. You don't want to go get a damn job because you want to play PlayStation, you want to play Fortnite, you want to play Madden, you want to play Call of Duty when your old lady got to go out to work every damn day. No, enough is enough. Go get a job and stop living off that black woman. Only reason why that sister got you up in her house is because she got some love for you, or maybe because y'all had kids, but she's tired of this mess. She got to go to work every day. Every day she going to work. When is she going to get a break? But no, you sit up on YouTube quoting scriptures all day. You don't want to go to work. You using her car. She pay the bills. She pay the rent, the insurance. She buy the groceries. You ain't doing nothing in that house. And you gonna tell me you wondering why our women don't respect us black men? That's why you black men are upset with Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk spoke about the real issues. He spoke up about black on black crime, fatherless homes, just as well as Candace Owens. They did the same thing, and y'all got mad about it because you don't want to stand on business. Where are the black men to lead the family? Where are the black men to take care of their kids? You got all these kids running around with no fathers, no dads. Where are they? But you mad at me. That's why they hate me, guys. They hate me because I stand on business. You know what I mean? I'm a father. I got 4 daughters. I got 4 girls. 4 girls to raise in this evil world. I'm a father. I stand on business. So when it comes to speaking against these damn ninjas that ain't doing their job in their house, I'm going to speak on it. I don't want to hear nothing about how much of a man you are and you ain't taking care of your kids. Shame on you if you a black man and you ain't taking care of your damn kids. Shame on you. Let's get back to the content.
What did they use lynching for? To suppress voting, land ownership, economic independence, political independence.
Look what he's doing.
And their newspapers and all of that, it justified lynching. So it's no wonder why you don't really see that much news coverage.
What do you mean not? The story just finished coming out. What are you talking about? People are talking about it. You know what he want? He want everybody to talk about it more than Charlie Kirk. He want the American flag to be lowered for Trey Reed right now. Not realizing that the American flag was lowered because of 9/11. I think everybody forgot about that. I think everybody forgot that the American flag was lowered due to 9/11. I think everybody forgot. When all of this news came out about Charlie, I think everybody forgot about this. When I tell you that YouTuber is so misinformed and uneducated, it's unbelievable, guys.
You see a couple little local stories here. There was 2 lynchings in Mississippi.
And there was hundreds of shootings in the black community. What about that? What about all the black on black crime? What about that? Oh, you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about lynchings. Yeah, okay.
There was another one by a casino. Matter of fact, what was the name of that casino? We're going to pull that right up.
We have a hater in the building. We have somebody here named Puff Puff. He says, everyone in here knows this is about New Breed. This ain't about him. This is about Charlie. This is about Charlie and Trey Reed. So I don't even know why you're here. Why are you here for? That's the question. Why exactly are you here for? Are you here because you support Ringo TV? Are you here because you're pro Charlie Kirk? Are you here because you want America to be great again? Are you here for that? Or are you here just to spread your hate? This is a hateful chat. So why are you here? If this is a hateful chat, why are you here? That's the question. So if a moderator's in the building, could you please escort Puff Puff Pass out of here, please? Because he said this is a hateful chat. No, you're hateful and you're full of the devil. So bye-bye. You came over here because you wanted to promote that YouTuber's name. We call him the racist YouTuber. That's what we're calling him. Let's get back to the content. For those of you that are joining in, we're talking about a racist YouTuber who blamed Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, the YouTuber above, blamed her for the death of Trey Reed by claiming that she unleashed something in the earth that is causing black college students to get lynched. That's what he did, guys. Sick.
On the air with breaking news out of Vicksburg tonight, where a man was found hanged. According to the Warren County coroner, 36-year-old Corey Zukaitis was found in a wooded area near a casino. The coroner said he was found at 10:30 this morning. The circumstances of his death have not yet been released.
That's his video playing, by the way, not mine.
Tonight, there are unanswered questions.
So here we go, another lynching by a casino. So listen, down in Mississippi, they got the memo. They got the memo down in Mississippi. Now,
he just said they got the memo, which implies that they got the memo from Charlie Kirk's wife. Are y'all seeing how this demon is promoting all this mess? He's saying down in Mississippi, Charlie Kirk's wife sent a memo for them to start to lynch people. That's crazy.
There's a few updates regarding this case, and we're going to go there.
Go there. Let's hear it.
There's a few updates.
Share the updates.
Now, this is America for you. And I believe that Turning Point USA should be under investigation.
To the mods, block Nina. I don't know why Nina is here. Nina is not a follower of the platform. Nina hates me. So you got to go, Nina. You know, bye-bye. Nice knowing you. It was fun watching you. You know, have a blessed day, but you got to go. Bye-bye. All right, let's get back to the content. Let's go.
Did they get any new chapters?
Now, notice this, guys. I'm showing you what this YouTuber is doing. Number one, he lied about Trey Reed. He told the world he had broken legs. That's a lie. He told the world that Kirk pretty much orchestrated this hit on college students. That's a lie. I'm debunking all of these things. He took the Bible scriptures and said that the Romans killed Jesus Christ. That's a lie. It was his own people. The people of Israel killed the Messiah. His own people. All these lies I debunked, but you got these demons that come from his platform because they hate me. You can continue to hate me. As long as you keep watching, though. Let's go. They mad because I'm reaching the people. They mad about that. I'm reaching thousands of people, fam. The other day, I think we had about 9,000 people in the building, bro. 9,000. 9,000 people strong, bro. And they're jealous of that. All of these Ringo TV haters are jealous. They're jealous. Let's go. Get those likes up, people. If you enjoy the platform, if you like the content, double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. That helps with the algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel, guys. If you are a supporter of truth, if you rock with Charlie Kirk, if you believe in justice, subscribe to the channel for the best content on YouTube, guys. Let's go.
In Delta State, was there any new chapters? That needs to be under investigation.
Back to you, Troy.
All right, Ross, thank you. 16 WAP.
And this was done during a school anniversary. And we don't think that this was a public sacrifice.
You hear this mess?
Tonight, there are unanswered questions in the hanging of a Delta State University student. Good evening. I'm Megan West.
And I'm Troy Johnson. A 21-year-old found hung in a tree on campus.
Right. I agree with that comment at Vincent. If you hate America, listen, guys, if you hate America, get out. If you hate America, get out. If you're anti-American, leave the country. Leave. Get out. You gotta go. Go. Get out of here if you're anti-American. Because there's a lot. Listen, that is why our military is supposed to fight against foreign and domestic. We got enemies that live here. We got enemies that are in America, certain terror cells, certain radicalized individuals that may be American. And they hate America. They hate Trump. They hate everything about truth. They hate law enforcement. They hate justice. They hate rules, regulations. They break all the laws. They don't want us to have any freedom. They hate free speech. And now they're celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. They're blaming Trey Reed, a young black man that unalived himself because he didn't want to deal with life. He unalived himself. It's been confirmed, no foul play. He unalived himself. Now social media influencers are saying that Charlie Kirk's wife put out a hit on college students to unalive them by way of lynching. All of that is a lie, bro.
Morning. That body found around 7 o'clock by a faculty member. The discovery led to all classes being canceled. The family of the victim, Trey Reed, described him as a quiet, light, sweet, and well-mannered person. They are asking for prayers tonight as Delta State students react to the unsettling news of
his why he unalived himself?
Death.
Why did he unalive himself? If he's sweet, nice. You know what's so funny about the black community? Anytime you have a thug, right? And I'm not saying the young man is a thug. I'm talking about a real thug, a gang member that go out there and unalive someone. Have you ever noticed that in the black community, the mothers always claim that their son is a nice guy, a loving student, and he just unalived somebody. He just murdered somebody. He's a gang member, all sorts of negative stuff. And the family would speak his praises, and the kid is just evil. Like, and they're justifying, oh, he's a good kid. And he murdered people. You know what I mean? They're doing the same thing for this young man. They're saying he was a sweet kid, young, this, that, all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, the young man unalived himself. He unalived himself on college campus, in the center of the college campus, so the world could see it, so that it could take the focus off of other issues and focus on him. People do these type of things all the time. It's sad.
Authorities say the body of 21-year-old DeMartavian Trey Reed was found hanged from a tree by a faculty member near the pickleball courts. Word spread quickly throughout the Cleveland campus, leaving...
Okay, check the cameras. Check the cameras. Check the Google cameras. Check all the campus cameras. Check everything. See how that happened.
Students and others concerned and worried.
Well, because I am a black student, hearing that happened to another black student, it really made me feel...
Listen.
It's make me feel unsafe.
I do have to walk to class, and I like to go walk on the track, and it would be happy to know, like.
So the irony of this now, black college students are being targeted. Why? They don't want us excelling in academia.
Do you see what he's doing now? Now he's saying that black college students are being targeted. You see how he loves to fearmonger? Do you see how he loves to promote fear on other blacks, to make you be afraid to go to college campuses and get your education now? That's what he's doing now, guys. It's crazy. Let me see. Ginger says they said the cameras were down. Do you believe that? Who's they? That's the question. Who's they? You said they. Who's they? Where's the source of they? Right? Where's the source? He says exactly. It's like when they speak about the shooter of Charlie Kirk, the grandma said he was a great kid, etc., and not left. Yeah. Basically what you're saying is they spoke the same way about Charlie Kirk's killer. Yeah, they're going to always say that the person is a good kid. They're going to always say that. He's educated, you know, all of that other stuff, but he's a killer. You know what I mean? And most killers be educated. If you really think about it, most people that come up to their job and unalive coworkers, they be smart people with college degrees and stuff like that. But they got demon possessed and they went out there and started killing people. You said the campus and officer says the cameras wasn't working. Well, if the cameras wasn't working, there's nothing I could do about that. I'm just asking the question. Show the cameras. If they said the cameras wasn't working, there's nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about that. All I know is that the kid unalived themselves. If they said he was, there was no broken legs, no broken bones, no bruising, no lacerations, nothing like that. He unalived themselves. There's nothing else to do after that. If we continue to speculate and come up with different scenarios, we're just going to continue to make up stuff as we go. And before you know it, we're going to start to blame other people. Why is it that anytime a black kid is hanging from a tree, we automatically assume a white person did it? Why is it that we do that all the time? Why? Why is it that when someone hangs from a tree, we automatically assume a white man did it? Why? Why? Why do we do that? And for all we know, the cameras could work at the college. They just don't want to show it. The cameras may possibly work. They just don't want that on their back. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to get the footage, though. Trust and believe. There's a way to get the footage. They could show it. They probably just said we don't got it. Now, again, guys, I don't know. I'm just going to take Ginger's word for it that they said the campus said that the cameras wasn't working, blah, blah, blah. So I'm taking her word for it. I don't know, you know, because I need sources. I like to go by what sources say. You know, I need it in ink, in writing, or video format. That way we can, I just, listen, I don't believe that a camera is just not working. This is a college campus. Cameras are supposed to work. So if the college said that the cameras don't work, I don't believe that. I hope that answers the question, because I'm trying to be fair and balanced and make sure I answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Not leave you hanging. If the college campus says the cameras don't work, I don't believe that, because it's a college campus. The cameras are supposed to work. The cameras are supposed to work at all times. So someone would have to force the campus to show the footage. And then we'll begin to know more about what happened, because sometimes they don't want students to see that. Because if they show this young man going up on a damn tree to hang himself, that would be very shocking to see. Also, if he was unalived by some Klan members like this so-called YouTuber is trying to imply, right? We would see that too. I'm going by facts, not the gossip and the hearsay. That's all I'm saying.
You know, so now it seems to be that they're not safe in college. Our people are not safe in these colleges.
You said my camera argument makes no sense. No, you don't make no sense because you're not paying attention. You're not making no sense. How am I getting, how you gonna say my camera argument makes no sense? I was asked the question. Someone asked me the question. I'm giving a rebuttal. I'm not the college. You see what I'm saying? I just said I believe that if it's a college, the cameras are supposed to work. The lady said, the campus said that the cameras don't work. If it don't work, what do you want me to do about it? I'm going by the facts. Y'all trying to force this Trey Reed's death on white people that they did it with no facts. There's no leads. The coroner said there was no lacerations, no broken bones. Black people on social media are saying the young man had broken legs and broken arms. That's not what the facts show. So at the end of the day, I provided facts. This young kid unalived himself based on the facts. But you don't want to hear the facts. You want someone to blame. You want a white person to blame because you're racist. Just admit it. I agree that as a campus, cameras are supposed to work. So that issue you got to take up with the campus. I don't know why they don't want to show the camera footage. I don't know. For all you know, the cameras don't work. All I'm saying, based on my opinion, is that if you have a college campus, cameras are supposed to work. But that doesn't make my opinion a fact. Maybe the camera just don't work. But don't get mad at me. You know what I mean? Don't make no sense. Let me see. Yeah, that's what they're gonna say at Matt. They're gonna say that the coroner is a white supremacist KKK covering up. They're gonna say that. You know? They're gonna say that. That's gonna be the next video from that content creator. He's gonna say that the coroner is a MAGA white supremacist KKK group that is covering up the death of Trey Reed. That's what they're going to say next. You know? They're going to put that info out there next. But hey, guys, if you're joining in on the show, we've been here for about 2 hours and 3 minutes, guys. I'm going to pretty much close out the stream. We covered everything in this topic. So there is no clickbaiting, guys. If you just showed up and you're probably wondering what's going on, we already covered the story already, guys. We already did, right? So you would have to watch the replay. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, consider subscribing today. This is the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube. We provide the best content, guys. The best breakdowns, the best news reporting. We provide it here. If you missed the stream, you can always watch the replay on the platform. Go to the live section and click on live so you can check out the long form content. I understand that a lot of you in the shorts community watch YouTube shorts, but from time to time you may tune into live streams, and this is where creators like myself are discovered. So if you choose to subscribe to the platform, just know that I really appreciate you subscribing and considering Ringo TV Reactions. Out of all these millions of platforms, you chose Ringo TV. That being said, double tap the screen to give it a like. Understand that over here on Ringo TV Reactions, we deal with truth. We deal with biblical knowledge. We report on news stories, crime stories. We do reactionary videos to various commentary videos, different topics to shed light on different issues, to bring awareness to different topics. And we have fun doing it. We interact with the viewers. We interact with the comment section, with the chat. And I just hope everybody have a great time. And you're learning and becoming a better person. I talk about topics that people can relate to in their everyday life to hopefully give you the strength, the encouragement, the wisdom, the knowledge, so that you can fight through adversity and different struggles you may be going through. Maybe you don't got nobody to talk to about different issues. You may find a video on this platform where we cover those topics and you're able to relate to these issues. You may see people at this show in the comments that's going through things you're going through, and you can have conversations with them and have different groups that understand what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? These are the type of things that we do over here on Ringo TV Reactions. So again, guys, I am very deeply humble and appreciative of all of you that took time out of your busy day to watch this particular show. I'm very, very grateful, guys. Very, very grateful, very humbled. Because I know that without the people, I cannot do this. I understand that. You guys help my platform to grow. You help me to reach people. And I just like to take the time out to always thank the viewers for these things, because it's not about me. You know what I'm saying? It's not about how large my platform is or what material possession I have. It is about reaching people. And just like Charlie Kirk, he was very successful. But one thing he focused on is reaching people with messages. He focused on that. It wasn't about his car. It wasn't about his house. It wasn't about any of these material things. He was passionate about what he believed, and he basically was assassinated and died doing what he loved in front of the world. And now his wife is being attacked by social media influencers. The Black church is celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. I made two live streams about the Black church, primarily Pastor Jamal Bryant. He's a devil. Pastor Howard Wesley is another devil. These pastors mocked and laughed at the death of Charlie Kirk. Not necessarily laughing per se, but they mocked. They made a mockery of his death. They celebrated, and they assumed that it was justified because he's an alleged white supremacist and a racist, when he was none of those things, guys. He was a family man, a father, a husband, a Bible believer, a man that spoke truth and challenged people. Just that simple, man. So I hope that my messages resonate with you. And, the comment section is open for debate. You know what I mean? If you disagree with something, post it in the comments. Insulting me and speaking negative stuff, that's not helping the discussion. If you're going to exchange your views, make your arguments clear. That way we can have the conversation. So start the conversation in the comment section, man. Come into the comment section. Let us know what you think about the videos. Check out all the content. I did multiple streams regarding the Charlie situation. I'm going to make a playlist, hopefully, that you can pretty much view all the content. Some of you may never have seen none of my live shows regarding the Charlie Kirk case, but I provided some of the best material on YouTube, from talking about the situation with TMZ. TMZ got caught celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. We talked about that. We talked about pastors that lied. We talked about YouTube influencers that lied. You had one YouTuber that claimed that Charlie said it's okay to sexually assault women. Charlie never did that. A YouTuber said that Charlie said it's okay to violate a woman sexually if she's drunk. Charlie never said that. I had to debunk all of these lies. So guys, y'all have a blessed day, guys. A blessed day. Right? We're going to get up on out of here, y'all. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. At Zandra Forever Studios. Caramel Kimmy Kim. Salute to all my other mods, V Dub Man, Sean the Navigator, Sherelle, Tracy, Shoshow. I appreciate all of y'all stopping by, y'all. Y'all the ones that make Ringo TV, Ringo TV. It's the people. Salute to all my workers out there on the 9-to-5 grind. Salute to everybody at UPS, FedEx, United States Parcel Service, Amazon, all the Lyft drivers, people that do DoorDash. Salute to everybody out there in law enforcement, the fire department, everybody out there on the grind, in retail, the clothing department stores. Salute to all the teachers, the school bus drivers, the transit systems, the subway drivers, all the construction workers, the farmers, the parking lot attendants, all the receptionists, all the secretaries, everybody out there on the 9-to-5 grind that tune in to Ringo TV, I appreciate you. That being said, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Y'all take care. I'm out. Peace. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.